Alright guys, day 6. Today is March 8th, it's my birthday, 49. Kinda got myself a quiet room. Gym is packed and nobody seems to be on the exercise bikes. So, got a few minutes. Anyway, happy birthday to me. Me stacking 49 years of experience, 49 years of everything that I've already learned and done to continue to go forward for next year and the year after that. After that. I'd like to think I'm halfway there. I think I'm probably more than halfway there. Today is cardio. So we're gonna do the bike. We're going to do the treadmill. We're going to do the rowing machine. We're going to do the seated, kind of like an incline bike. I don't know exactly what that's called, but that one's real hard on the quad. Going to do some punching bag for a couple rounds upstairs. And then downstairs in that room that I found, as long as there's no classes, I got my rebound tennis ball to punch. And then we're gonna do our regular stretches, push-ups, sit-ups, and in the steam room. But this should take a while because I'm gonna do quite a bit of cardio, try to really burn some calories today. I've already eaten. I had the traditional bacon, eggs, and sausage. The wife made that for me for my birthday this morning, yay. Very good. She adds cottage cheese and thick cheese into the eggs. It's pretty good. This workout game is no joke. If you want power and strength and you want to look like you've got some muscle, you got to put in the work, and you got to get out there. So this workout game is it's a game that a lot of people play, and a lot of people are good at. You can tell by their strength. You can tell by the way they look. Well, some people look strong, but they're not strong. You can tell by their activity. Sometimes it's how they walk. Tell how fit they may be, or their stride and their step, a little hippity hop. When it comes to endurance, that's all cardio. I mean, can you do the bike for a minute, or can you do it for 100 minutes? Can you do the treadmill for a mile, or can you go for 10 miles? Does it take you an hour, or can you do it in 5 minutes? All those things make a difference. And we're all striving for something. I don't know what your workout game is, but my workout game is all of the above. I want to be faster, be stronger, last longer, and feel better in general about myself. I want my appearance to look better. When I walk in the room, I don't want people to say, wonder if he goes to the gym. I want them to know, even though right now I'm doing 7 days a week, that I look like I go at least 4 days a week. And you can see those guys and gals who you just know they got 5 days in the week. 5 days a week in the gym every week, because it shows. Nothing comes natural anymore. So that would be the American diet. It's hard to go aside and figure out what's good and what's not good. Just declaring what's bad for you and then seeing it everywhere. Bread, pizza, sugar, added sugar, cholesterol, mucus-forming foods, non-alkaline foods. It's it's a game. You gotta learn how to play. So this workout game isn't just about the workout. It's about the food, the air you breathe, the rest you receive, how much rest, the quality of that rest. There's philosophies to it, there's science to it. This workout game, I guess you decide if you're winning in comparison to what you were the day before, or the month before, the year before. You can set up a game plan with a vision. You can use a vision board or just a vision in your mind. And say, by this date, this is the goal, this is where I'm going to be, and then take a stance and say, these are the steps it's going to take to get there. I mean, if you don't know, you can look at someone else's workout game and say, man, you're the same height as me, you're the same build as me. How come you're running that fast? What are you doing? What are the techniques you're using? What are your sprint tactics? Oh, you swim, you lift, you run. All of the above. This workout game. That's why I'm changing the name to Secretly Want to Be King to this workout game, and I'll add people who I feel would benefit from the knowledge and the experience and the struggles. Sometimes you see somebody and they're just built like a Greek god, and you're like, yeah, they're probably just born like that. You don't see the struggle they go through. I'm telling you, I struggle. I struggle, and I struggle hard, and I put in a lot of time, and then I get discouraged, I get distracted, and I might take 3, 4, 5 days off, and sometimes that 3, 4, 5 days will turn into 2 weeks, and then it's so much easier to let that negativity and that low bottom mindset step in and just take over, and then it's just easier to not make that first step again. But if you get the warrior mindset, you get the dedication, determination, the motivation mindset, and you get back on track of what it is you want, it's not that difficult when you know what you want, when you have that vision board. Sometimes it's harder than it seems if you don't practice. If you don't practice, then you wouldn't have the practice experience on how to make that vision board. What you really just need to do, sit down for a minute and imagine what you would look like if you were looking in the way you want to look. I mean, the things that you would be doing if you looked like that. If you were at this fitness level, what could you do with that? I mean, and then you strive towards it. Some people couldn't even ride the bike for as long as I'm riding it right now. I don't know. Or they wouldn't even have the motivation to go to the gym or to buy one. They were like, that costs too much. It's not worth it. You know? That's the mindset. Are you worth it? Do you cost too much? I know I don't cost too much, but that's a matter of opinion. That's compared to, and I like to always say compared to what? Compared to the next guy. It doesn't matter. Compared to my version, this is my game, my chapter. At 49, and now I'm turning 49, I got 48 other chapters. And I can look back and be like, this is how it went. This is where I was doing good. This is where I made the mistake. This is where I stopped. And at this point, I didn't stop, and these were my results. So after 49 years now, I've got 49 chapters. Well, the first couple I don't really remember, but I needed those chapters to get to the next one. And now that I have all these piled up. Now it's review. How am I going to take the 49 to the 50? And then when I get 50, you're like, yeah, I've had 50 years of experience at this. Because you hear people and you're like, yeah, I've been a doctor for 30 years. I've been a mechanic for 28 years. And you're like, man, that's a long time. But were they a mechanic for 28 years? Were they a doctor for 38 years, whatever? Or was it for 8 hours of that day? Like when I go to a keto, if I only go 1 day a week for 1 hour, at the end of the month, I've only been there 4 hours. That's not even a day. I need to go for like 3 months to even put 1 day together. So when I go to the gym for an hour a day, it's not enough. Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 hours. Or sometimes I'll be working out and I'm not even in the gym. I'm putting in that. Same thing with personal development. I'm working on personal development all the time. When I pick up the phone, even if I'm at work, I'm pretending it's my work. When I'm looking in the mirror, I'm working on personal development. When I make some kind of affirmation, I'm working on my personal development. Be working on yourself. When I buy a book, you could say sometimes I like books just because they're entertaining, or they got the fantasy in them that you're looking for, the lifestyle you like if you were, a billionaire, or the sexiest man alive, or you had some kind of superpower. But in general, most of the books that I get and gather, or YouTube channels that I follow, are things that are going to make me better at whatever it is that I'm interested in at the moment. And fortunately, unfortunately, I seem to be interested in quite a few things, so I get distracted from one to the next to the next. But that's like having a really fruitful tree. You want a whole bunch instead of just one apple. Let's be fruitful. When it comes to like your garden, if you only got tomatoes, you're only getting tomatoes. But if you've got 100 different vegetables in there, some you're not going to pay enough attention to because you're paying attention to others, but you're going to find out real quick which ones you're paying attention to, because those are the ones that are going to grow. And you're also going to find out the ones you're not paying attention to are going to get weeds around them, and then you're going to have to do double work, have to go back, pay more attention to get rid of the weeds that have built up around those vegetables. Like here, that's a weed that I need to pluck. And that one starts in the kitchen. So I need to take more control over what I'm putting in. So I got to take more control of what I'm putting my money in when I'm bringing it home from the store. And I got to put more attention into knowing what's right before I go to the store. And looking back on foods that were more adjustable to my body, that didn't take a long time to break down, to digest, that didn't add fat cushion to me, things that my body used for fuel and energy. Because essentially all you really need is food that you're going to use and need and that are necessary. All that extra stuff is just a pleasure. So, ice cream doesn't serve any purpose when you're in the workout game. Unless your tonsils are sore or something like that. Maybe a popsicle. Which I love popsicles, and I get them, and I'll eat them. I'll get the sugar-free and think, oh, I'm doing good, but it's not really necessary for the game that I'm playing right now. So, for this 12 weeks of cutting carbs, cutting breads, cutting sugars, cutting anything that's a distraction from the game that I'm playing, which is the workout game, trying to be faster, stronger, more efficient, drop some unnecessary weight. I don't know what game you're playing, or even if you're playing a game, but maybe you become interested after watching me come from a lump of coal into a diamond in the rough, because I don't plan on quitting for any any reason, I mean, knock on wood, I don't get hurt or injured, or I don't get some kind of mental disease where I feel stuck, or I feel negative or depressed or anything like that that would bring me down, or somebody in my family, let's just knock on wood and have strong faith and belief that no matter what happens, I'm going to be able to continue my daily process of continuing playing this game, playing it the best that I can. And I mean, my 100% may not be what my 100% will be next week because, capability and ability of right now. I'm putting in the work that I can right now. Maybe next week I'll be able to put in a little bit harder. But how come I didn't put that much in last week? Well, this week I may not have it all like I do next week, and that's what I'm hoping for. Every day that I push hard today, I can push that same hardness next week and then gain a little bit more. Maybe I'll be able to go another, quarter of a mile. Maybe I'll be able to go quarter of a mile a little bit faster. Maybe I'll be able to put, 10 more pounds on my bench press. Maybe squat 15 more pounds or 2 more times. I mean, every aspect of it is rewarding when you do a little bit more. Your body's able to do a little bit more. And as you grow older, it becomes more difficult. So those little wins are extremely pleasant. When you're like, oh yes, I can do it. I do have the power. I do have the mentality. Stacking all the procedures, your standard operating procedures for your game. You want to follow the rules. You gotta know what the rules are. Eat clean, push hard, stay dedicated, and have that undenying belief of what you are willing to do to get to the vision of what you put forth. And I guarantee you, if you play by those rules in that mindset, and that you can't quit, you can't stop, you'll get there, and you'll be a happier person for it, and you'll win that game. And then, I don't know if it's your goal, so if you are a person who goes to the gym and you're looking at all these guys and these gals who, oh man, I got these questions, I don't know how to do this, and you always want to go up to them and be like, man, how did you get this? What are you doing for this muscle? What are you doing for that body part? Maybe you're one of those people who can't wait until you have that body, you have that ability, or someone else to come up and say, hey, what are you doing for this, gym bro? I've been working my biceps, but I'm just not getting what I'm putting in. I don't think I'm getting where I want to be. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And you're like, oh, what are you doing? And they show you, and you give them a little bit of a tweak, and you turn it, or you maybe it's their brachialis that they're trying to work at. So they want to do a little bit more hammer curl. Or you're going to have that inside knowledge from experience, from watching other people, for studying, for practicing, for just feeling your body, knowing your body, what works and what doesn't, how you feel, how long it takes to recover. The foods that you eat a day before or even the morning before you do those workouts, those are crucial to know for this game. And it may be a goal of yours to be a coach, to be a leader, to be, a mentor to someone else. But first you have to get there. You have to have that body. People aren't going to believe a 400-pound person saying, I got the key ingredients to give you what you want. No one's going to believe that when you don't look the desired fitness goal that they're, in their mind, what they're looking to get. So if you're looking to help others, you have to get there first and then drop the rope, so to speak, and say, hey, climb this rope, this is how you get here. Breadcrumbs. People say success leaves clues. I guess I'm going to try to use this platform just either call it Gym Bro, tips and tricks, or the workout game. I like that. I'll drop some Gym Bro tricks and tips in my workout game profile, whatnot. And here it is. This is the beginning. This is the first week, and I haven't had a day off. And honestly, it feels good in my mind and in my heart to know that I'm staying focused. I mean, my body's a little bit sore, but I know over time my body's going to get used to it. So when I have a day off, yeah, I'm going to feel good for the rest, the extra rest, but I'm gonna miss something, or feel like I missed something. So I might just have to go do a little something. And I've got a plan for each day of the week, which muscle, which body part, which cardio activity. I've got pretty much all of them planned out for the next 12 weeks because I've been doing this over and over and over, adding this and adding that, knowing what my body's capable of, pushing it past the point of what it is, so I know my limits. And even if I push past it, I know that it's going to be okay. I know that I know what my body can handle. I don't know how many minutes have gone by. It looks like I've got 5.4 miles in already. We're going to go for, I think I did 3 on the other one, 2 on the second one. We're just going to go for 6 on here, 6 miles, and then I'm going to do my 2 miles on the treadmill, probably 4 on the, I'm just going to call it the quad bike. That's what it seems like it destroys. And I did two fish games of the rowing machine for back. So I think I'm going to do 3 just to match the 2 and add 1. I'll take you there with me for right now. I'm going to have to go ahead and get off here so I save a little bit of space on my footage here. Guess I'm gonna have to get down and push that button. Push the button. Fish getting going. just want to beat 600. Gotta jump the big fish. Now I gotta maintain. Oh, he ate me. I got 52 seconds left. Steady. Go. Oh, he ate me. 25 seconds. Ooh, maintain. Game over. I got 829 meters, score 885. I don't know how to switch. So, that's not it. Anyway, 885 points, 829 meters. Average pace 2:24. All right, I'm gonna do 2 more rounds. I'll let you know if I beat that score. A6 treadmill. 2 miles, working on 2.7 and 1.5 at elevation. It is a great Saturday, but I choose to spend it taking action over my goals and my achievements, my progress. And I decided to share it with you. Small struggles, just a little, every day, probably for a lot of days. And just when I think I got a little success, I have to put in a little bit more work. Every day, so that I can have the big success. I thought about it one day. A lot of people put in 0, and then the next day they put in 0. They put in a whole bunch of zeros in a row, and they seem to think they're going to get 1. And then there's those people put in 1, and they put in another 1, and they put in another 1, and they put in another 1. By the end of the week, they've got 7. And then those people who put in 0, they're jealous. They're like, wow, how'd you get 7? I don't got any. But you want the strength and the greatness and the power, you got to be willing to put in a little bit of sacrifice, the time, the effort. It's just one. And then you stack it up. That's what today's about. Stacking. Stacking 49 years. Chapter after chapter, one day at a time. You're going in that one direction. You're not putting anything in. You're just thinking about it, you're not going to get there. But I try to put a little bit of action every day. Sometimes I just stay the pace and it's just keep my head above water, but at least I'm not sinking where I gotta bob back up, bob back up, bob back up. Keep my head above the water so I can see where I want to go next, so I know where my next step are. Once I decide, then it's pretty easy once I made the decision. And then I put the effort. One by one by one. And today is 6. So I've got 6 compared to those people who have 0. So if you're jealous, start the first of your 6 days today. And in 6 days, you'll be on day 6. But I plan on going this whole 12 weeks. So I'm going to have 12 weeks. And I'm actually hoping somebody's jealous by then. Because I'll have 12 weeks when they have 0 stacked up. And that's where I can swoop in and be like, hey, I remember my day 1. And then I can show them the video where I sucked. It sucked. And then I made the decision to do it again on day 2. And it sucked. But it sucked a little bit less. Because I knew I had already done 1. And if I'd done 1, I can do 2. And I do believe what one can do, another can do. So, take your 0, make it a 1, and start stacking them. Put in the work on your goals a little bit every day. I'm going to show you at the end of this where I get my 2 miles at 2.7, at 1.5 elevation. I don't think the 1.5 elevation is going to do anything, tell you anything. It's just I know the elevation is slowly going up, and the amount of speed will go up, and the amount of time it takes to get those 2 miles is going to come off a little bit every time. But my speed is going to get a little faster every time. I won't have to put in quite as much effort once I get that ball rolling. It'll be easier for me. Maybe after about 6 months I'll be running the show, cool? Alright, stack up your book. Work on your goal. Remember what you did so you can tell someone else. There you are. 6. March 8th. Not really sure what bike this is called. Vlogs. So I've done 1.5 miles, 2 miles. 2.5 miles, 3 miles, 3.5. Now we're gonna do 4. Today, we're gonna do 4. been doing it pace 6 at home compared to everyone else. I just started on 6 every time I went 6. This one really gets me sweating. It really burns some calories in my legs, I know that. Takes my breath. I'm gonna put some music on here, and if I want music, I can't have you. Somehow the Wi-Fi only does one Wi-Fi at a time. So at the end of this session, you'll know I've struggled. You'll know I've completed because I'll show you a picture. Don't forget, happy birthday to me. This is what I want to do on my birthday. I'm not really into the rest of the thing. I'll show you a picture of the bike next to me, so then you know what this one looks like. I don't know if you want to call it. But that's the bike. That's the one I'm calling the quad bike because it works your quads. There you have it. I'll check back in more than a few minutes. Find out cardio takes a lot longer than anticipated. Doing the treadmill, doing the bike, doing the quad bike, doing the road speed. I'm running out of time. So I gotta complete with my stretches, push-ups, sit-ups. And then I finish up in the stadium. Because me and the wife had lunch. It's supposed to be at 2 o'clock. It's already 1:35. The restaurant that I chose closes at 4. So, gonna have to make up the punching bag and the shadow boxing tonight or tomorrow. These, every day. Can't miss these, no matter what. Standard goals. They have to be done every day. knee, my hip, go loose. They're necessary. And these are the ones I've chose. I might add, I probably won't subtract. Now that quad bike really got me sweating. I had to wipe my head off a couple times at a time. You know, after you have a big cry session, you feel so much better. Imagine how you feel when your body cries out all those sweaty tears. Oh, it feels so much better. Imagine going outside after crying your tears out. And it's cold outside and just your face and your eyes is freezing. Imagine walking outside after sweating your whole body. And your whole body's just freezing. It's actually quite wonderful. And it couldn't happen unless you sweat. Let it go, let it go. Remember, it's just day 6. We ain't even on a whole week yet. I don't know about but me, I haven't done a whole week. I can't wait to hear someone else's story that they picked up from me, what they're going to use. Could be a whole different routine, but in the same setting. I had to wear 2 pairs of shorts because I learned last time the bike hurts my butt. The seat is so small and skinny. It's going to take a little while to callus my butt. That's a gym bro trick in tactic. 2 pairs of shorts. Soften your booty up. Not for everything, just for the bike. Of course. I did get one. Oh yeah. Time for some sit-ups. Time for some sit-ups. I don't know what you can see. That wasn't too bad. Get about 5 more deep breaths. I'm gonna push these push-ups out. It's gotta be about 2 o'clock now, I'm guessing. A little late. I said you have to do 15. You can do more. Steam room and home. Happy birthday to me.